been on the road for a long time now, and this is the seventh city. What have you sensed about the team's focus and just attention to detail for this last matchup, and not thinking about that proverbial final flight before you get home?
Yeah, our guys are locked in. We want to get a win tonight. It doesn't matter how long we've been on the road, and we've had a stay in the moment mindset the last couple of years here that has worked for us. So it doesn't matter if this is the first game on this road trip, last game on the road trip. It's the only game we can win tonight, and our guys are locked in, ready to go.
Frank, you've had some success with game plans around guards like Lillard and Curry that can pull up from so far beyond the three-point line. Just wondered how much you think Trae Young fits into that mold, and how much extra attention that he has to warrant in a scouting report.
No, he absolutely fits into that mold. You have to bring Steph Curry, Dame Lillard type of attention to him because of his range and his ability to shoot deep threes off the bounce. So, we just don't want to, overextend too much and make us too vulnerable on the backside. It's going to be a balance that we'll strike throughout the night.
The Hawks have improved a lot defensively. I think the last 2 years they were 28th in efficiency and in the top 10 so far this year. I get they have Capella and some additional rim protection, but what have you seen from them defensively, and what challenges that present?
Yeah, well, they've added some veterans to the ball club. And then I think the addition of Coach Nate McMillan, probably has had an impact as well. But when you have a guy that's third in the league in blocks and Clint Capella anchoring your defense, you can do a lot more things with your guys on the perimeter in terms of ball pressure and whatnot, and being more aggressive. So, I think, they're just moving in the right direction in a lot of different ways. Obviously, like I said, with Coach Nate and with some of the veterans that they've added to their club.
Bill?
Hey, Frank. This might be the ultimate knock on wood question, so forgive me. But if I'm counting correctly, there's only 6 teams in the league that haven't had a game postponed due to the health and safety protocols. I'm wondering pause for docking, but I'm wondering what significance you see in that. Obviously, you guys are one of them. And then it's a combination probably of diligence and luck. What have you guys done correctly, do you think? And especially at the end of, obviously, this road trip, which I'm sure you had circled from that standpoint.
Yeah, the answer is a little bit in your question there, Bill. There's, we have been diligent, trying to follow the protocols as closely as possible with the social distancing and the mask wearing and, everything that goes into, trying to stay safe with this thing. The virus doesn't discriminate, but I'm sure there's plenty of other teams that are being as diligent as us that haven't been as lucky. So, we have had good luck so far. Hopefully that continues, and I think it's a combination of both.
Dan?
Frank, do you view a road trip like this as kind of a 7-game sample, or is it something that is just like, what happened on night 1 of a road trip has no relation to what happens on night 13?
Yeah, I like to separate it. To be honest, I think you can, from a post-mortem standpoint, evaluate the trip in its totality after the fact. But while you're in it, like I said earlier, this is the only game that matters. It doesn't matter if it's the first trip or the last game. First game on the trip or last game on the trip. This is the only game that matters to us tonight. So, we're not looking at what has happened or transpired so far on this trip. We just have to beat the Atlanta Hawks tonight.
And just a quick follow-up. Is everybody available tonight?
Yes. Still no Jared Dudley. And we'll have Devontae Kaycock active in his hometown tonight as well.
Kyle?
Frank, you talked a lot about the value of Rajon last year during the title run, and obviously his production. As an opponent, is there something that I know you've been as an opponent of his before, but is there something that he brought value to you guys last year that you're sort of maybe thinking as an opponent, oh man, that's going to be tough to go against, or just sort of even just talking from the bench? Is that kind of weird to kind of anticipate facing?
Well, we just know what his strengths and weaknesses are, and we want to try to approach him as just another player as much as possible to lock in to just win this game. Obviously he was so vital to our championship run last year. really orchestrating the game on both sides of the ball. His ability to switch from man to zone. And we like to joke. Sometimes he had our guys in zone defense, where a couple guys were in man, a couple guys were in zone. Nobody really knew what we were quite in, but the offense didn't either. So it worked for us. So I shot him a text today that we got our man defense ready for him. Try to slow him down, and we'll be ready for a classic Rondo night. He's going to be really just orchestrating the game on both sides of the ball. So, but I will say that we really miss him around here. He was a big part of what we did last year, big part of our culture, and he's definitely missed.
We'll take a couple more. Chris Kirschner.
From what you've seen on film, what do you think of Cam Reddish's defensive potential in this league?
Yeah, he's got a great upside on that side of the ball, both sides of the ball, but in particular on the defensive side of the ball. He really has good feet. Obviously, he's got good length and good anticipation ability. So, he's a young player. He's still finding his way with all the tricks that savvy vets have in this league. But he has tremendous upside on the defensive end.
Last question, Harrison.
Hey, Frank. Talon has assisted Trez more than anyone other than LeBron. I was just wondering what you've seen out of that pairing and what you like about it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily always in pick and rolls. I mean, they're playing together a lot, but Talon's getting the ball in a lot of different ways, and he has a good mindset at the rim, to be able to finish or make that late dump off pass, and I think. We saw I think he had three of them, 2 or 3 of them in the Boston game. But it's just it's a credit to Trez's finishing ability and Taylor's ability to get to the paint, as well as anybody on our team.
All set, Frank. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.